Before you send your very next email, spend 10 minutes setting up these 5 things. Because when you do, you will never have to worry about missing fields, ugly formatting, wrong tracking, or sender issues ever again. We'll start with the most obvious and then build our way up to the smaller configurations that can actually make or break your emails. Without setting them right, it can hurt your data tracking, sender reputation, and deliverability. So let's jump into it. And the first thing that we do is to take your emails from looking like this into this. And we do that by setting up a simple template. So to set it up, we're going to our GoHighLevel, and what we're looking for is marketing. We're opening up marketing, we're going to emails, and what we're looking for is templates. Right, we're clicking on templates and we'll create one from scratch, right? Because what's happening right now is you're sending the emails and it looks like the very regular emails a person is sending from his Gmail. It's fine, but for some people prefer to have them in the middle and just look better. So we'd set it up and make it look a bit nicer. So we click on create template right here. What we want to do is to select the design editor. We're selecting this one and we are moving to this screen. So what we want to do out of the bat is to delete this part, right? And in here, what we want to do is to delete the text and say, paste your email here, right? Let's make it right. And what I like to do is I usually send emails with 18 pixel size, Arial font, and the line height would be 1.5. So that's how I like to do that. Now, what you'll notice is we have those awkward and weird blue behind our template, basically, and it's a bit too narrow in my opinion. So how will you fix that? We're going into this little icon here, appearance, and we start setting it up. Let's click on template, background, we'll move it to white, right? We don't want anything in here. Content width, what I like to do is 800. You can go a bit more wider. I think that's the perfect one. I played with some, and that's what I like the most. But you can go with 1000, right? Where's the 1000? Go with 1000, no problem. I like 800, and in my opinion, it was the best. Then buttons. If you're just using buttons, make sure to customize the button so it adds up as the button that you usually use. I don't use buttons, I use links. That's why I'm looking for the link here. And for the color, I like this one the most, right? It's 007 BFF. For some reason, I don't know, just in my opinion, it looks the best for link colors. So that's what I do. That's the template setup, and let's call it email, right? Just an email. So we save the template and we are good to go. That's the first step that we can do. Also, after doing that, we can apply those templates to our automation. So the emails automatically, the automations are not going out as the ugly emails, as I call them, right? When they're all to the left and without any real format and without any, just look awkward. You can set it up to look like those. So click on save. Let's go back. And we have the template right here. So to send the email, we're going to campaigns, we're going to add new, and instead of going blank, we're selecting your templates, and we have this one, right, the email one. Let's click on that and start configuring it. So I'm gonna paste a real email that I've wrote and sent before, and I will start, I'll show you how I edit it, right? So here's the email. I copied it from my doc file. What I do, Control A, I set it up for 18. I set the line height here. Now, something very important that some people miss is this one, right? When you write the email and in your doc file, just write, hey, name. Right now you have to change the contact. You have to add the contact field. So we do that right now, right? We've added the contact field. Perfect. The problem is, throughout this email, I wrote another name. And probably you can spot it right on because I've made sure I capitalized it and added those brackets, right? So it's easy for me to just add another one, right? Cool, let's add a first name. But what you've probably missed is that I had another name in it. And if I would start looking at it, actually I added it a few minutes ago and I can find it, there it is. Right, probably you've missed it. And after I'm pasting the email, sometimes I miss it too. So the very first thing, I mean, not the very first, but one important habit that you can just start doing is making sure that every time you include a name, you have brackets, and you make it capital letters. This way it will be very easy to spot on and just add it. Right, so it's an important little thing, little habit that you can do, because what I used to do is I used to send emails with just, hey, name, or the name was in the text and it was pretty awkward. So you didn't want to be there. Make sure you have those little brackets and you capitalize it. Okay, the next thing that we do is we make sure that we color this link, right? It won't edit automatically as we set it up in the appearances. It only does it for new links that we copy. So if I copy this link and then I paste it, only then it'll have the color. But if you just hyperlink it right through this, it will not add the color. So that's something important to pay attention for and just change it every single time. Now, the next big setting that can mess a lot of things up is the tracking right here. So by default, they're turned off. And what we'd do is you'd fill everything up, right? And you'll send the email without turning those. What it does, you'll basically have no idea how many people are clicking and if they're clicking on what specific link at what specific email with the UTMs, right? A little story that I had with it, the problem that happened is I had bad deliverability, so I turn it off, right? Sometimes, basically what it does, it's implementing a small pixel to your email. And if you want to increase deliverability, you just turn it off. So I turned it off and I completely forgot about it. And for months, I mean, not for a month, for just a month, I was sending emails and I couldn't understand why people are not clicking. So if something like this is happening for you, make sure that it is turned on. Make sure you turn them on. The way that you do it and you just set it up and you forget about that is you click here and it takes you to those settings. What you do is you turn those both on, click and save, and it'll be on automatically for every email that you'll be sending. The next thing that you can do if we're already here is to just set up the sender name. So every time I'm sending an email, it would be from Dennis. That is my email. And for test recipients, I will add another one. If you have a custom reply, just paste it in. And then you'll not have to fill it in, right? And sometimes you can miss it. Sometimes you don't fill the sender name and it sends the email without your sender name, which is pretty awkward too. Make sure to fill that, save, and let's go back to the email. Now we're back. As you can see, my sender email is filled. The sender name is filled. The sender email was filled before, but it's solely because I had it filled on and it's not possible to reformat it. For some reason, I could not remove the email. So it was there, but for you, when you're sending emails, there won't be unless you add it in the first place there. So make sure you do that. And on test, if I go to testing right here, the email should automatically pop right there. So that is very important, essential. For some reason, they won't turn it on for the first time. It will for the second time. So click and save, and then you can send your emails, and then you will not have to write your sender names. This one, I'll show you how you can check the configuration in a minute. So you will not have to pick your domain. If it asks you, sometimes it's not asking. And it will be this test email configured properly. Okay, now one more thing that is more habitual, I guess. If we go back and you want to add pictures, right? And send pictures. Let's say I'm promoting this video, right? Let's open up my picture. This is my thumbnail, and I've added up the picture. Sometimes what we do is we play with the size. We think, okay, perfect, it looks good. Let's send it out. You send it out. On the desktop, it looked perfect, right? Let's preview it on the desktop, right? Where is my picture? But when I open up mobile, it just breaks down. You see that? It's a bit weird. Right here on the tablet is fine, desktop is fine, and right here the picture broke. So my honest advice would be just never touch it. So as soon as you add the picture, just leave it as full size. We leave it as full size, and that's how you do that. You're not changing it, and when you go to the phone, okay, now it messed up since I played with it, but if I delete the picture, if we add one more, we add the image, and we're not playing with the sizes, then it will be fine. If you want to reset it, also you can just delete the numbers right here, then it resets to default. So small habit is small note. Sometimes people are not checking how it looks on mobile, which sucks, and then it looks pretty bad. And most people are opening emails through mobile. So you don't want to be that guy. So that was the fourth thing. Last thing is not on email, and it's the configuration, right? We've talked about ugly formatting, we've talked about wrong tracking, and right now let's talk about deliverability and sender reputation. So what we want to go is to go back to settings, and we're looking for email services. And right here, what we want to do is to click on view configuration and the domain you've added. If you don't have the domain added, make sure to check my channel. I think I've uploaded a bunch of videos about how to do that, so check it out. If you need to, I'll just add it in the description below too. So we'll click on view configuration, and what we want to do is to go to dedicated to this screen basically. We click on the three dots and we click on set headers. And what it does, it will automatically be sending emails from that name and from that email. But we've already done it before, right? You're thinking. The thing about GoHighLevel is it's not only sending emails through marketing tab. It also sends them through automations. It also sends them through the calendar. It also sends them through your pay links, right? When you buy something and it sends a receipt, it also sends it from there. So what we want to do is to make sure all of them has the same name and the same email. So what we do is we write our name, we insert our email, right? We click on save, and the next thing that we do is we click in domain configuration, and we're selecting our domain. This is very important on everything, on the calendar, on the payments, right? Also, if you have different domains and you want to send the emails from different subdomains, if you have different subdomains and you want to send emails from different subdomains, then here's where you configure it, right? If you want to send your payouts and your receipts, sorry, not payouts, just your receipts from thanks for buying your domain, then you add it right here. Since I have only one, I just do all of them for this specific one. And this way, it's not messing up with my deliverability, because if it has none, it can send from the wrong one, or it might not even send from one. So set it up, make sure it has all of those, and that's how you do that. So once again, what we've done in this video is we'll make sure your email's looking good, you've templatized them well, we've built a template, then we'll make sure the names that we're writing would be easier for us to find and add the right field. Then we figured out the tracking thing, right? So you will be actually tracking your emails, your clicks, and will not be in a situation where you get 0 opens, 0 clicks, and not understand really why. We've talked about picture formatting, and then we added this little step that helps us with deliverability. So that was the video. If you have any more questions about this stuff, or maybe something else about other automations or setting up other things in a GoHighLevel, make sure to comment in below. I would love to ask and just create a video for you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.